All right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Friday, the 20th of January. And those of you like me that had tickets to go see the Chili Peppers, I'll see you on April 2nd, Monday night. But that doesn't matter to us wine drinking people. Usually I take Monday night off anyways to, just to get a little relaxation after the weekend. And we do most of our drinking here during the week anyways. As, Friday night, usually our big night, like a week from tonight, we have got our vintage Madeira tasting coming up here at the store. And I remember the first time I experienced these dinosaurs of wines, it was at the Great Wine Seminar with Dr. Bob Maliner, the founder of that event. And we had wines going back 200 plus years. I could not believe that these wines were still drinkable. But not only that, but incredible. And we got 217 years of Madeira tonight, going all the way back to the 1795 vintage. Madeira is an island off the coast of Morocco, North Africa, and it's owned by the Portuguese. And there used to be a lot of trading that happened with the United States and Africa at one time, the slave trade. And the boats that came off of the coast of Africa were not subject to tax. You know, us Americans do not like to pay taxes like the things that came from Europe. So back in the colonial days, this country, we have a unique and a special relationship with Madeira as a beverage. When Betsy Ross was knitting her flag, she was nipping on a little Madeira. When they were signing the Declaration of Independence, they cheersed with Madeira. Madeira is a fortified wine because back then you could not get the wine. You wouldn't make that long of a journey without fortification, adding alcohol to the wine, similar to what they did in ports. But after they ferment the grapes, they put them up in the attic at like 100 degrees temperature, basically cooking the wine. And what they used to do with wines like this 1795 is put them in cask for 100 or some odd years and then decide, well, it's still not ready to bottle yet. We're going to put it in a large demijohn, a large vessel that would hold maybe 100 gallons. This, like Madeiras like this was probably bottled. Well, it doesn't say. The new one releases say when they were bottled. This was probably bottled 50 years ago. The stuff today, like I said, mentions the date on there, which is useful because you don't want to buy old Madeiras. Well, you'd rather have the Madeiras that have been in cask for a very, very long time. Once you put them in bottle, the wines do not change. These wines are good after they're open for several months. That's right, folks. We're going to open these wines up a week early, and then we've got a tasting coming up a month later to retry all the bottles. So you can experience this tasting twice for a mere $350. That's right, folks. The 1795, one of the oldest commercially available wines in the world. $3,000 to $4,000 retail. Hey, this is not the only wine we're going to be drinking. We're going to be taking down every single style of Madeira. You've got 4 major types: Surcial, Verdejo, Boal, and Mamsi, and level of sweetness. These wines are great with food. We will also be serving a couple small courses to complement them with curry, pork belly. The fat in pork belly going to go really nice with the high acidity of these wines. We also have a couple of very rare types of Madeiras, Bastardo and Tarentaise. They label the wines in Madeira by the name of the grapes, and as I mentioned before, Surcial being the driest, about 1.5 residual sugar. That's what they use in a very sweet style of Brut Champagne, and then the very sweetest, about 4 points of residual sugar, and still not as sweet as vintage ports or sauternes. All right, folks, we'll check it out, everything that we were going to be drinking a week from tonight. Also, I put a list of all the Madeiras we've got available in the store for if you'd like to buy them. If you can't make it, I'm your host, Andrew Lampasone, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.